please mute Dando for the opening.
I'll stop.
Please. Making me laugh. For the people listening to us and watching us, you're here, you're live on Full Contact Fanatics. Make sure you check us out every Monday on the free admission channel. We're here from 8 till, usually we go about 9:15. I think we're going to go at least till 9:30 today because it was such a weekend. It was just ridiculous. Don't forget, you can always go to onthemat.com, check out all the latest information. There's some videos up there. Rafael Lovato Jr. had a big fight in Bellator, so they got some stuff from him up there. So make sure you check out onthemat.com. Also, myluckygi.com. You got to make sure you check that out. We were just watching not too long ago where we shot with Miguel for the Lucky Gi. Unfortunately, Dando's gi is MIA, I want to say.
It's been hijacked.
We haven't been able to get that one up yet, so as soon as we do, we'll make sure you get it. So don't forget to check out myluckygi.com. Huge show today. I got a packed house because I had to have a bunch of people in there because we have so much to talk about. Of course, sitting directamente to my left, the man himself, Dando. We have to keep him, I don't want to say leash or like a shock collar, but I think we're going to have to find a sponsor that so we can just, when he just gets out of control, we can just hit him real quick and he'll just, you know, snap him back into reality. And sitting on my right, Maria Rios Chavez. We were saying Maria Rios Chavez y la derecha sin izquierda. But Maria, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in such a long time. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's good. It's good to have you on because we got so much to talk about. It's always good to get the perspective, not only from a female, but somebody who's actually been in the cage and knows what to expect and all that. So we're going to be talking to you, taking a lot of stuff to you. But of course, sitting in the producer's chair today, our good friend of the show, Aaron Muro, who is just a wealth of... I don't think one show goes by where we don't refer to Aaron Muro. Would you agree, Dando?
She's an amazing person.
It's just a wealth of... You say like...
Encyclopedia MMA.
Yeah, you say, well, who fought for us?
See?
Can you talk right into that mic, please, dear? Okay, well, first of all, we had Lana on here. Okay? Now, the two biggest potty mouths or whatever is Dando. Well, he's number one far and away. He's like the two-time world champion.
That's right.
And Miguel is right behind him. Miguel's here, too. We're going to be going back.
Miguel's my protege when it comes to that.
So, when I thought nobody could be topped, and then Lana came in, and it was like, oh, my God. I mean, that girl, man.
She takes it to a new level.
The thing is, people were like, well, put her on camera. We want to see what she looks like. And she's like, no, I don't have no makeup on, and I don't want people looking. We're like, okay, because she's got guns and stuff. She's a marksman.
She trains, too.
We didn't want, we didn't want to get.
When he says guns, he doesn't mean just guns.
Okay,
yeah.
You don't have to come on camera. You're cool, whatever. So we got Aaron Muran, who's a little more, for lack of a better word, docile than.
Only when she's here.
Plus,
only for an hour.
Now, it's a different story if there's a Raider game. Because if there's a Raider game, Aaron turns into a Chicana. She's like, that's my team.
Turns into?
Raiders.
She is one.
So, yes.
Silver paint and the horns come out.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy.
Jamming Slayer in the parking lot.
Robert working the controls, bringing us in and out. Of course, it wouldn't be possible without him, so we appreciate him. And we'll be going to him, I am sure, because it was like Hawaiian night on UFC 218. So I know he was having a party. Now, Robert, real quick, did you guys have an actual luau-type party? Because it was Hawaiian night on UFC 218?
He didn't even wear pants. He had his lava wrapped around him.
Did you go commando? Is that what?
That's why they do it in Hawaii. He put a sheet around him, and he ran around his house every time they won.
Well, first of all, I didn't get invited, so I know what's happening with that. But what was happening, Robert?
Besides the barbecued pineapple.
I don't have any family here, really.
Nothing? You didn't spin the fire? Or not?
No. The only monkey I have is sitting right next to you. And I got a 10-week-old baby, so I hung out with her.
I, too, wear the lava.
Well, it's only a matter of time until we start getting into that. So we'll definitely get Robert's perspective because it was such a great night. But real quick, before we get into it, got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk a little Bellator. Then we're going to talk a little bit Ultimate Fighter finale, which was really good. And, of course, Aaron is just a wealth of knowledge on that. I'm going to go on record as saying the best part is Rachel Ostovich.
Burdon? Is that it? Rachel Ostovich Burdon?
For her were just spectacular. It was like, oh, I had to watch the replay on that because
she was a nice outfit.
I would agree with that. So we're going to get into that. We'll talk about that. Then, of course, we'll talk some UFC 218. But before we get into that, big night last night over at the Citizens Bank Arena in Ontario. So everybody's like sending me messages and stuff like that saying, well, what exactly did you do or whatever? But this is the whole story. Dean Stone was in Minnesota for, I think it was Black Bear Casino for the fights out there. So Sunday was the fights over at the Citizens Bank Arena in Ontario. So they said, well, his plane leaves is going to come in at 12. We don't know if he's going to be able to make it or not. So come down, bring your suit and everything like that. Get everything ready. If he shows up, no problem. We'll still pay you half. If he doesn't show up, you got the gig or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So I get down there early. I get all my stuff together. I start writing out all the cars. The commission comes. I get all the commission down. I have everything ready to go. I put them in my nice little neat sandwich baggies. Which you
absolutely.
Could you explain to the people what the sandwich baggies?
Well, it looked like he was handing me a dime bag, but it was a sandwich bag with tickets. Now that it's legal, it wasn't a big deal. But 10 years ago, I might have been arrested for that handoff.
What was it? Ella Enchanted, I think.
It was Ella Enchanted.
Enchanted was on. Because I asked my wife, I said, "You got some sandwich baggies so I could put some stuff?" She's like, "Sure." It's Ella Enchanted and
I liked it.
Frozen and stuff.
I kept it.
So anyways, it's about 1:45. The doors open at 3. First fight's at 4. Bam, Dean walks in. He's like, "What's up, bro?" And I'm like, "Damn it." So on one hand, I was like, "Oh, all right, cool," and then he walked. I was like, "Damn it." So I hung out, and Carlos, who's the matchmaker for King of the Cage, I said, "Hey, look, man, I'm gonna hang out for a while. My boys Dondo and Miguel are gonna come, so I'm gonna hang out till they get here."
Awesome.
And of course,
night.
they were late Mexican time. For lack of a better term, pinches chicanos ya no sirve, güey. I'm like, where you guys at? Well, Dondo had to stop at the gas station and go poop, so we had to stop. And then we decided to get, burritos de cuerno de chivo before we got there because the food's too expensive and we want to buy beers. So I'm like, dude,
he's a funny guy.
Would you guys get there? 4, like 10 after 4? No, a little after 4.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so luckily,
but we were on time. They hadn't started yet.
The fights didn't start.
We didn't mean to hold you up, though. It was a beautiful evening.
No problem. So I told Carlos, the matchmaker, I said, "Hey, look, man, I'm going to hang out for a while, so if you need some help, let me know." Dude, that's why I wanted to talk about Carlos, because these people, and I know, Maria, you can attest this, have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Not only, they get to see the finished product. You know what I mean? They don't get to see the weigh-ins, contract signings and stuff like that. So Carlos is like, "Dude, I got sick. Can you run these tickets up to the box office?" So I had to run up the stairs, run them up to the box. He goes, "Okay, dude, these 2 fighters need to get their pictures taken. Can you walk them over?" So I'm walking the fighters over to get their pictures taken. And then, the commission needs some towels. Can you run and grab? So it was just like 2 hours of just running around and getting everything done.
Burning those calories.
Let me tell you something. For the people listening to us on the Free Admission channel, on Full Contact Fanatics, Carlos, the matchmaker for King of the Cage, you have my utmost respect as a matchmaker because, dude, they have no idea what this guy has to go through. Everybody's looking for him. I think right before the fight started, he took a little walk so he could just have some time to himself.
Got to breathe.
Not only that, the King of the Cage guys, they have to sell tickets. Well, they don't have to. But if you want to make some money, they sell a specific amount of tickets. They get a percentage. So if you hustle, you can make some money. But when they get there, it's a whole family affair because Carlos, his wife, his daughter, his son, everybody's in that room. They're counting money. They're counting tickets. Okay, this is your percentage. So it takes quite a while for them to get everything situated. So just to see all that stuff of what they go through before the fights start and all that, we should have did a Gym Crashers and had a camera.
Well, we'll do it another day.
So that they could see all the stuff that goes on.
People don't understand what it takes to put something together, and that's just a portion of it.
And something that Maria can really attest to or whatever, the BO and farts in that back area.
Let's hear that from Maria herself. I got to know, Maria.
People cutting weight, trying to get that last pound off or whatever. Dude, it is just, you get in that hallway, which is a small area or whatever. Dude, you know what I'm talking about? It's rough. So
the smell of the fight.
I got to tell you, man, just seeing you work and seeing the things that you do to get that thing going is and I don't even want to get started on Mike Lowe because that's a whole different story. That man, I'm gonna buy Mike Lowe a Fitbit so we could see how much. So we could see how much he walks around because that dude was everywhere. Oh, you know what, Mike? We need 22 more tickets for this section, and we can fill it up. So he's got to run the tickets up there, and the fighters come. Oh, I need 2 tickets for this and that, or whatever. So I was a little like, I'm like, Mike, some general admission tickets are cool, bro. I mean,
no. You took good care of us, brother.
He's like, no, man. Is it your friends from the show? And okay, yeah, we'll get him a table, bro.
Woo!
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Mike, thanks, bro. Because I don't want to be like. He's like, I got enough to worry about. All right, your tickets are coming. All right.
I love it.
Whatever, but it was no problem. He took care of us and all that.
It's a gentleman.
I'm hoping I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him and Carlos and see if maybe next time we can. They don't like to do too much behind the scenes or whatever because they got stuff going on with the UFC Fight Pass. But we're gonna work that out just so that people can see what goes on behind the scenes. So
you know what? That'll be a big one.
I only stayed for the first couple of fights because I had to take off because I had to work early the next morning. So I watched the first couple of fights, which were pretty good.
Duty calls.
Yeah. So Aaron Muro actually got to go to the fights and check them out. So real quick, in a nutshell, what did you think of the fights? And you could be honest. You could be brutally honest.
Well,
I was looking forward to Ruben Vera. He fought that little morenito. ¿Cómo se llama este morenito with the ball head?
I don't remember his name.
You mean Ruben Duran?
Ruben Duran. What did you say?
Yeah.
You said,
Ruben Vera.
yeah.
You were just making up
Ruben
names.
Duran is from Riverside, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's
Aren't
one
they
of the-
all?
And he got
Sequence.
scared. He got scared because he's in the back and he drops everything to weigh in, and he turns around and I go, dude, can you take your pictures? And he's like this? And I'm like,
That's when I go like this.
No, bro, with your fight shorts. So he's like, yeah, give me a second, bro. So anyways, I was
It's a little cold in here.
That fight, how was that?
I missed that fight. I left.
You've never missed a fight in your life. I'm shocked.
Fans of the Free Admission Channel and Full Contact Fanatics, this will also be Aaron Muro's last fight. Because we come to you with these things.
I didn't think you would ever say that.
Now,
Everyone went there, but
now Juan Archuleta
Yes,
got
the headliner.
yeah.
Dean Stone was in the cage. Welcome to the jungle. And Juan Archuleta's running around the cage, and I could see Dean bopping up and down because he was making so much with the cage. Waited till the last minute to get there. How was his fight? Did you get to see that fight at least?
I missed the co-main and the main.
Puta madre, hijo de volada, güey.
It was a tough one.
Early prelims were better with the first round subs.
That's what I heard. I heard it went well. Then usually
She's right.
I'm
You
telling
nailed
you,
it. Sums it up.
The thing when what's her name, Cynthia Acerro,
Yep.
or whatever,
Yeah, that's
when
who I
her
really
fight got
wanted to
canceled
see.
was Stephanie Frausto. That was going to be the fight because the women always
They bring it.
sitting to
The
my
women
right, this
bring
woman
it.
has always delivered. That's why I have her on. I mean, she
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was that's why we talk so much about the women's MMA because they do bring the fight. I think that
was really my whole reason for
Yeah, it
going,
would've
and
probably saved that
I
card
knew
or
the
whatever.
fight had dropped like earlier in the week because she had posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that was a
injuries.
bummer.
Now, have you ever been in a fight where you're 100%?
No.
Yeah. See,
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
the training and everything, leading to the fight, sparring and stuff like that.
Yeah. You always have something that's nagging.
Yeah, I remember when Maria was getting ready for her fight at, it was RFA at the time. It was at the hangar over in Orange County.
Costa Mesa.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went down there to go film some of her jiu-jitsu and stuff like that.
Oh, I got to
And
see this.
The hardcoreness of Maria, who's sitting right here next
I
to
love
me.
that.
She rolled, man. She was, working her jiu-jitsu and stuff and stand-up and everything. She was full of sweat. Two girls came in. They go, hey, we're going to go get tacos there. She's, let's do it. Threw a jacket on, got in a little Toyota Tercel. Just like that, sweat still dripping, and went to go eat tacos. I said, that girl's hardcore. She didn't even worry about wiping down, taking a shower with her. She got in that car and was gone. So that's when I knew that Maria was hardcore. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Well, not so much that, but we're going to talk about fighting and stuff like that in the future and get into that. But before we get into that, huge weekend of fights. It started on Friday, and we were talking to Erin before we went on air because she doesn't have picture-in-picture, so she only watched the Ultimate Fighter finale. She didn't even switch back, I guess, to Bellator. Did you at least switch back and check it out, or do you just strictly watching the Ultimate Fighter?
I strictly watched the Ultimate Fighter, and I did. I tried to switch back and forth.
Can you hear her, Robert? Can you speak into that mic, dear?
I tweet. I tweet at the same time,
Whoa.
so it's. I'm on Twitter, man. I'm trying to be on Twitter and watch a fight. I can't.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Come on.
All she says, I tweet during the fight. It's like a little kid, man. She tweeted.
Oh my god.
true. It's true.
So, anyway,
What can I say?
You're
You got
fired.
me. You
The
got
only,
me.
the only two fights that I was concerned with was Julia Budd, and she fought Arlene Bienco or Bienco. Oh, dude,
That person.
I thought for sure Julia Budd was just gonna annihilate her, take her down, ground and pound. It was a 5-round dance. They just kept going around. Now, this is the first I've had Maria on my regular show. You actually been a part of my other show. This is the first time we've had you on this show. I think most of us can agree. There's a few people who haven't agreed with us. First of all, Bellator cage and UFC cage, I think, are way
They're
too
huge.
big. I mean, when you could literally
Bellator's
turn your
huge,
back
yeah.
and run, that's what happened. She kept moving around and, couldn't catch her or whatever. Now, would you agree? You think that cage is a little bit too big?
It's big. It's really big.
No, because you
There's
fought.
so much room.
You fought in RFA cage, which
Yeah.
is very similar because that's like the feeder system
Yeah.
or whatever. Did it make a difference in your fight?
The fact of the size of it?
Yes. Well, no, because when you fought, it was just you guys were just going
Yeah.
after each other. But
Does it change your game plan and
Yeah.
how you approach
I mean,
it?
the more space you have, yeah, you can, like you said, move around, dance
Yeah.
around. Like,
Does it give you an
People back
opportunity to
up.
set things up, or does it seem like it's just too much room?
I think it's just too much room.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot better if it was a little bit smaller.
Sure.
you see,
Less-
because then you have to fight. I
Yeah,
mean, they're right
I
there.
mean-
The king of the cage. Well, the one they had yesterday was the bigger one because it was at the arena.
Yeah.
But when we do the small shows, like in the ballroom, there is no room. You have to fight because they're like right there. So, real quick, let me make another PSA. Dana White, let's bring it in, bro. I mean, it's been unanimous, dude. My other show and this show have all agreed. Let's just bring it in a little bit. I mean, we don't have to make it tiny so we're in a phone booth, but just bringing it a little bit. And I think the only one who disagreed with us was Eric Apple.
Yeah.
He said,
Well, he had a
you
certain
know,
approach where he could
you have to
actually
cut
kind
him off or
of
something.
exactly. Yeah, he's a lot of footwork.
I agree.
You know.
Okay, but it's unanimous.
Everybody
Dana,
fights
so
different.
Let's bring
Exactly.
it in.
You
Okay?
know.
Sean Shelby's been taking a lot of our matches, so the least thing you could do for us is bring that cage in. Robert, go ahead.
Just got a couple comments. First, somebody said Dondo's got a baby dick, and then they said,
Thank you.
"Who's
Thank you for your
who's the
professional
lady?"
MMA questions.
I like when she says the ring is big, or it's big.
It is big.
Nice. Well, anyway,
Thank you,
so
Jake.
that fight was a sleeper.
Sarge,
Oh,
Sajara.
Eubanks,
Ciara Eubank,
yeah.
what is
Sajara
doing?
Eubank.
So, before she fought to get to the finale, they sent her to the performance center. They hooked her up with and put her. She was at 124 and a quarter, I think, the day before.
Yeah.
He gave her a little thing of almond butter
Yeah.
or something and about that much water, and he said, "Eat that, drink that when you get up." Bam, 125 right on the.
Very
the-
scientific.
So, what the hell happened when she went home?
Undisciplined.
I mean, dude, especially
what
for
else can
something.
it, what
Yeah.
else can it
Something
be?
No, you're
big
absolutely
like
right.
that,
You know,
dude. I mean,
not-
you're fighting
not
for the belt. What,
disciplined.
she couldn't make it.
It's the fight
So,
of your life.
The
I
dude,
knew
the
it.
dude,
I
even
knew it.
the dude, the performance center nutritionist told her, you can't cut that much weight. You can't cut 20 pounds and or
Oof,
whatever and
that's
expect to be
horrible.
getting in the
That
cage
is
like that.
horrible.
Yeah.
So,
Nobody can.
what's the most weight you've ever cut?
20 pounds. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was like death.
And 20 pounds in how many days?
You don't want
Oh, man.
It's bad. No, in like a week.
Oh, well, see, well, even a week.
But still, like
Even a
that,
week is a
like
lot,
that
yeah.
is like
That's 5
Yeah.
pounds a day.
It's
Because I
hard.
remember,
Yeah.
I
Like,
remember
so hard.
4.
They were telling me that you were in the hot bath and you were trying to
Ugh.
get those last. Because I remember I went to go deliver the OTM
You're like
stuff to you,
death
and they're like,
over.
she's still
She
trying to
will
make
not
weight,
be
bro.
coming out to
Yeah,
meet you.
She's still trying to make weight, bro.
She is.
So go ahead and drop everything
Yeah,
off. But so
it's all.
I need a bath,
awful.
apparently.
huge disappointment. I mean, I think it would have been a totally different fight if Nico Montaño would have fought her, but she ended up fighting Roxanne Modafferi. So
We're going to
talk-
see that fight. They're going to have to put Sarge against
Oh,
Nico
it's
Montaño.
going to come if she can make the weight. So
That's true.
we'll talk about that. But the first fight I want to talk about
Tell us.
is Rachel Ostrovich. I didn't get to see the weigh-ins for this one, which sucks. And so she fought the Armenian girl who really needs a lot of work on her ground game. She's got good stand-up
Yeah.
or whatever. But you see what happened. Rachel
Yeah.
took her right down, bam, armbarred her. The question I have is, and I could pose this to Maria, why did they start crying? I mean, she was just an emotional wreck after she got that armbar. Is it because she got her first win in the UFC? Is it
Because her heart was in it.
I mean,
dude. I watched the
I
show.
mean, she armbarred her. She gets. I mean, it's like, look, it just
Probably
poured.
just exactly that. Like
Yeah.
you're like, holy shit! I
just
just
wanted
did
to
that.
do it.
I'm
Your
like,
stuff is for real.
I'm here. Like
Yeah.
But it kind of
Right?
It kind of sucks that
Absolutely.
they don't give them the credit or the record for their fights in the Ultimate Fighter. They say, oh no, that's an
Yes, they do.
exhibition. No, they don't give them to them, do they?
Yeah, they do. Yes, they
I
do.
don't think so. I don't
Robert?
think they count as professional fights.
Robert, can you check that
Oh,
out
wow.
because I don't think they give them the
They
credit.
they
for that.
don't because it's only a 2-round fight until unless it's the
Yeah.
semifinals.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
they went back
Because
and
it's
forth
only
at
two
one
rounds.
point.
It's considered an exhibition.
Yeah, it's exhibition. That's
Aaron
right.
Moro, strike
Smoker.
two. Strike two, Aaron Moro.
She had a lot of beer this
Always
weekend.
throwing crap at me. I
She
swear.
tweets and then
We-
drinks a beer.
I
and
know
then
we
tweets
come
and
to
then
you
drinks a beer.
for that wealth of knowledge, and it's just not there. Yet. I mean, we just got to.
Everybody has a bad week.
Yeah.
She's on Angels time right now.
So,
Getting
anyways,
ready
just
for the new season or something.
just to see that fight was awesome. Can you, real quick, Robert? Can you throw that picture up of her at the weigh-ins with the Wonder Woman
Oh, that's awesome.
costume on, real quick,
I like
just so we can
that.
check that out?
I just saw that myself. I'm a fan.
Yes, for our fans.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'll be
So,
purchasing that.
I think.
Wait, I thought you meant Maria Rios in her Wonder Woman costume.
No, we'll get that up.
That
in a
one's
minute.
way better.
We'll get that up when we get back to the to talking to her. So she did really good. She did well in her fights. Every fight she had, she did well. She even her stand up was really good. I think it's that whole Hawaiian thing that they just come to fight. Man, that girl just does not mess
Yeah.
around. So I think she's going to be a player in the game. Now, Lauren Murphy got to fight Barbara Honchak only because
I love that fight.
Yeah, because what's her name backed out. So that fight went back and forth.
Barbara Honchak won that fight.
And I gotta
Really?
tell you,
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people that were saying that.
Bob
but
Honchak won that
I
fight.
disagreed.
as much as I am
I felt like Murphy won that
As
fight.
much as I am disappointed
disagree.
in Lauren Murphy
You were
and the way
tweeting.
she acted on The
Mhm.
Ultimate Fighter, she did win that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
She was a terrible character on the show, though.
Oh.
You know, it just Karma.
That doesn't matter though. I mean,
Yeah,
who cares? You know,
Karma kind of
Just a
gets
show.
it because
she
she
was kind of
switched
she was
teams.
kind of a biatch. And
She
she kind of
switched
whined a
teams, and then
lot,
Eddie
you know,
Alvarez
but
won, so
whatever.
they all got paid off or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can't blame her. I mean, when what's her name Sarge wasn't making the weight, she got on that bike and said, "Hey, it's my opportunity." I mean, do you think that's a punk move or
You can't go
You gotta
outside
have
and
what
run.
you do, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, see, so can't really blame her for
You
that.
can't go
but-
take a bath and eat some almond butter?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Get out of the way.
And wrap yourself up in some hot towels. So,
That's right.
Lauren Murphy beat but Barbara Honchak didn't look bad at all. I think she's going to be a player in the
I
game.
love
I
her.
think she's going to get
Yeah.
a couple more fights, and she might do pretty well. So it was pretty cool. Now, Sean O'Malley against Terrion Ware. I was rooting for Terrion Ware
Yeah.
so bad, not only because I know him and I've had him on my other show a couple of times or whatever. I really wanted to. The fight went back and forth. I think if they would have gave it to Terrion Ware, it wouldn't have been like, oh my God,
It
he got
would be a
robbed or
shocker. No,
whatever.
I watched that whole fight.
When you leave it to the judges, you never know what they're looking for.
That's right.
Sean O'Malley did take him down a couple of times at
That's-
the end. I think they put so much emphasis on
On the
that,
takedowns.
that
On the
that's what
points,
happened. Would
yeah.
you agree?
Yeah.
I think
Takedown and
that's
control.
why Murphy won those fights too. She had more takedowns than Honchak did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So I think both of them are going to Terrion Ware and O'Malley are still going to be at least, even though he didn't win, Terrion had a good showing, and that was a good test for Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
To see what he's got or whatever. I think so. Now you used to train with Ian Harris and all them guys over there. And what was the name of the gym out there in Hawthorne?
Fight Science, right?
No, systems training.
Systems Training Center.
Got it.
And now, the stand-up is there for Terrion. Now, what about his jiu-jitsu game? Who's working with him on that?
I'm not sure. I know Arnaldo is over there. I'm pretty sure anyway, still at systems training center. But
Well, if we could polish up that ground game a little bit, or maybe take him to Kenny Johnson's Bolt Wrestling over at Black House, or I think he has his own place in Redondo, that'll get
That
Terrion
would-
to the promised
yeah.
land. And it'll be
that
on.
would up his game for
Yes,
sure.
big time. So look for big things for him. But, we get into the main event. Nico Montagna, I got to tell you, man. I mean, I had Christina Marks as my dark horse to win, get in there and win just because she's such a beast and she really gets out there. Unfortunately, she got armbarred, I think, in both.
Not a
both
good
her
showing
matches
for
or
her at
whatever.
all.
So, again, got to clean up that jiu-jitsu game.
At least have good defense.
But little did I know that Nico Montagna would do the damage that she did. When you could she beat the number 2
Yep.
ranked, and then she beat the number 4 ranked, I think, person or whatever.
And she
in-
beat
in
them. It
Barbara
wasn't a
Honchak,
question.
And beat them. And what she did to that other girl to get to the finals,
Yep.
I mean, she bloodied her up,
Yep.
cut her open,
Busted
and
her face
really,
open.
really did damage. Really, I mean,
And the other
really
girl was a
proved lot
real
to me.
good competitor.
I knew she was good because John Judy, who's the matchmaker for King of the Cage out there in Albuquerque, Fit NHB. I've even called one of Nico's fights. I knew she had good wrestling and good, training
Yep.
over there at Fit NHB. But the way she got to the finals was tremendous. I mean, she just showed no fear, went right after him, and did damage. Now, I got to tell you, though, Roxanne Modafferi did look good. I mean, she, for what she's come from or whatever, she did give her a hell of a fight.
She brought it.
And
she did.
I think if
It's
it
an
would have
awkward
went,
style,
if it would have
but it
went the other
works
way,
Yeah.
for her.
nobody would have been complaining because
Yeah.
she did take it to
Yep.
her and did really well. So, real quick, we'll take it around. Did you get to see that fight, Maria?
I didn't.
Okay.
She's
I mean, I gotta tell you, man, Maria Rios, we count on you for these things. And now, is it because you don't have time to watch it anymore, or just not because?
my life is full of
have
let's
children?
see, Little Einsteins and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, she's
That
watching. Yeah,
happens.
So if
she's
if
watching
what I'm
Bernstein Bears and
watching
stuff right now.
is not like agreeing with my daughter, it's like, oh.
But of course, you know who
Sorry.
Roxanne
Yeah,
Modafferi
of
is.
course,
And
yeah.
She's coming from the Ultimate Fighter. She really took the time to improve herself. Went to the what's the name of the gym in Las Vegas? That Jenna
Syndicate.
Jameson's boy, Syndicate MMA. Syndicate MMA, real quick. We're going to be out in Vegas pretty soon, so we'd like to come down, do gym crashers and all that. So I think Drysdale is the jiu-jitsu coach out there.
Yep, my two nephews trained with him actually.
So Robert
He's good.
Drysdale, we're going to bring
He's
Aaron
really good.
Morro out there so you could choke her out for not having the specific information that we needed. So Lucky Gee, let's get Aaron Morro a gi so she can get choked out in style, and we'll make sure we make that
Nice.
happen. So
Pink, please.
Nico Montano, I think the next thing's going to be for her is to maybe fight Soraya Eubanks or whatever.
Sajara, yeah.
If she gets past her, I really don't see anybody giving her that much of a fight after that.
She's already mowed through the rest of them.
That's what I'm
The
talking
top
about.
of who were on the show.
Now, what about for Roxanne Modafferi? Where does that leave her? I mean, she's already fought, the champ or whatever. She's going to have to work her way back up. And then if she does, who the heck? Maybe, see, we're going to have to match Barbara Honchak and all them and Lauren Murphy and get all them back in the mix and then get a contender for that. Would you agree?
That's exactly what will happen
Well,
because
also
we don't have
have
a
to
lot from the
consider
outside.
that some of the straw weights are going to want to
Start
come up
moving up.
into
Yeah.
125.
How about there's a
So-
strawweight by the name of Joanna Jędrzejczyk, I think her name is. You think she might move up? Dude.
If she does, then she's going to fight.
He'll slow her down.
Who's her Muay Thai nemesis? Not Shevchenko.
Amanda Nunes? No,
yeah.
she's 145. Huh?
Yeah.
No,
she's
it's
big.
not. It's
One of the
there's a girl that she used
one of
to.
those little
she,
Brazilian
she,
chicks.
It's the other Polish girl.
Didn't they fight already?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they fought already. But they
A different weight though.
They have.
But when you
they
think
have a
about
history of Muay Thai competitions, and the other girl, she's beat her 3 times
it, true.
at
But when
125.
you think about it, if Joanna has another title defense or gets the title back and beats
You actually think she has a chance, huh?
against the
I think it's in her
what's that
head.
girl's name with the pelon? Namajunas.
Namajunas.
Rose, yeah.
Uh,
Thug Rose.
dude, I think it's and Robert agrees with
God,
me.
yeah.
It's gonna be a different fight when Joanna fights her again. I think she's gonna completely destroy her.
The build-up for that fight is going to be amazing.
True.
Yeah.
So after
Yeah.
she does defeat her, and she moves up to 125, and they could put together a super fight card. They already put Holly Holm against
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cyborg.
Yeah.
Dude, they could have blew the off if they would have had that. Then they would have had Nico Montaña against Joanna
Yeah.
Jędrzejczyk.
What do you think about that, Robert?
Oh man, they could easily sell out Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
On the microphone, what do you
Easy.
think, Robert?
Mike, what do you-
Namajunas.
Mike.
Yes.
You think Joanna Jędrzejczyk's not gonna beat
No,
Namajunas?
she's gonna beat the shit.
Like she's
gonna still put
she's
my
gonna
mo-
get
my money
murdered
on
by
Rose.
Joanna. She
Yeah, against Joanna Jędrzejczyk coming up to 125 or against Liz Namajunas
Rose.
or Rose?
do you want Nico to die?
I prefer Rose to come up and just leave JJ at that 115, and then let Rose take that 125.
Well, I mean, if
And then plus 2, I think I'm not too sure if Karate Hottie's at the weight. I mean, she
You
should
really
be at
think she-
atom weight, right? Not
Yeah.
at the 115, but they don't have an
Exactly.
atom weight at UFC,
Right.
right?
well, it remains to be seen, but great showing by both the fighters, Nico Montaña and Roxanne Modafferi. So good luck to them,
yes,
man. I think
Carolina is the other
Yeah. The
Muay
other
Thai
Polish
girl.
girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a Muay Thai girl.
Yeah, she's bad.
I'd
And
like
she-
to see
and-
her and Joanna fight.
and she speaks
125.
Spanish, so that's the best part. So we can, if she,
How did
if
that
she loses,
happen?
she can go to Combate
From
Americas
going
or
from
something.
Poland to Thailand to speaking Spanish.
Yes, that would be great.
I
So,
don't know.
real quick before we
I think
move
he
on,
made that up.
real quick before we move on to the main card for UFC 218, you're here. You're at Full Contact Fanatics. Don't forget you can check us out every Monday from 8 to about 9:15 or so, right on the free admission channel. I got Dondo sitting over here to my left, Maria Rios Chavez sitting to my right. Aaron Moro's in the producer spot today, helping us out with some of that. Miguel's going to chime in every now and again, so if you hear curse words over, that's him in the background. And, of course, Robert, who brings us in and out, and all this couldn't be possible without him. So we really appreciate you checking it out. Talking a little bit about Bellator, talk a little bit about the Ultimate Fighter finale. So many people come up to me and go, I don't like the... Well, even Eric Apple, he goes, I'm tired of watching that Ultimate Fighter finale. They're just on there to try to... be a personality and stuff like that, but I think this one was pretty good. I think
I enjoy it.
It quite showed, especially when
It
they mixed it up and
showcased
made
the
a
ones
new-
that were actual fighters. There are
Right.
some girls, and I forget which one. I forget her name, but you were talking about her earlier. She had some stand up but no ground.
Christina Marks.
No, she's from the Eastern Bloc somewhere. She's a Romanian or something like that.
Oh, the Armenian girl.
She didn't belong. Her game was
either
really
did
lacking
the girl, I think it was in the second fight. It was
early on.
She fought Dobson.
Yeah.
Dobson's
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
teacher, right?
But
Jeez, I think that girl verbally tapped.
Yeah.
She
was done.
But it
she
showed-
actually just
Yeah.
It
sat
showed
down.
the girls who wanted it and really came to fight, because that Sarai, that girl came to fight, man.
But
She,
Sajara's a
Yeah,
black
but
belt
she
in
did some
jiu-jitsu.
damage.
She's got good striking.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
she was ready.
And people like Lauren Murphy who came in and said, oh, they're UFC vets. They're going to take the whole thing big time.
Well,
I don't think
yeah,
all
but
that great.
then look at Eubanks didn't even fight.
That's
So,
true.
I mean, if she was serious, then she'd be serious about her diet.
Yeah.
True.
That's
I don't know how
knew
that
it.
happened. That's the
knew
thing.
it
I mean, it
during-
doesn't get any bigger than that.
I knew
the title
I
fight
knew
or whatever.
watching it that there was going to be a problem. I had told somebody, I said, I guarantee she's going to have a problem with her weight, and she couldn't even.
She should've just
was
went for the Rose
gaining like
Namajunas haircut.
15
Would've lost 10 pounds
in
right there.
between bouts during tough.
Yeah.
It,
Quick, getting into the UFC. Actually, my teeth so bad because I spent
TMJ.
money and it was wet. What did I say? TMG.
That's okay.
TMJ. Excuse me.
It's okay.
And,
We got a question from the Hawaiian. We have
so
a second.
this one, we went back and forth. We talked about the fight.
Those are new hand signals.
What is that?
That means I'm gonna eat some poi. They eat with their two fingers. You know that? When you're ready, let me know.
But
They
real
scrape
quick,
it up?
let me just get this point out, and then we'll get to you, Robert,
point,
and then
point.
we'll just we'll be ready to roll. I'm like, what CD's that? So to put out $60 to watch the pay-per-view is a lot. So I mean, I don't have Dondo money and
No,
stuff
you do
like
not.
that, or Aaron Muro money or whatever. So to put that out is like,
Aaron's a
so
baller.
we went through this whole lineup, broke it down, and I thought, I'm not gonna get it. I don't see it being that interesting or whatever. Oh my God, I'm sitting at home and everybody's going, this is the fight of the year, and this has been. I'm going, God dang it. So I did get to see the main event because somebody streamed it. So I ended up having to buy the replay so that I could see. And the fights did have a program where you have to hire a certain amount of stuff out or whatever. So just take that into consideration as you
God bless
continue
you,
to
Fabi.
watch the show. Anyways, Amanda Cooper fought Angela Magana. Now, dude, I have never seen people with the hatred of Angela Magana
Right.
that they had. When Amanda Cooper got that mount, dude, people were just going nuts because she was pounding her out. I'm on Facebook and they're just saying, thank God she beat her up. The referee shouldn't have stopped it. They should have beat her till she couldn't breathe. And just, they ruthless. They cannot stand that girl. But what is wrong with her? She's constantly flipping people off. She's constantly,
She has like a
with the big-
bad, sour attitude.
Yeah, what
She's
is-
weird. She's just a strange
Well, when you start talking
person,
smack to
it
Christina
seems like.
Cyborg,
She
Cyborg,
is. I've met
there's
her.
something
Oh,
mentally.
yeah.
You're like in the
You're
Dondo
asking for
era,
it.
and something is mentally not right with you.
Well,
That's
or
right.
I
whatever.
mean,
She
read,
pulled it.
read her Twitter and you'll be like, wow. She calls
But do
she
you
calls
think-
all her fans peasants. And
Do you think it's
Whoa.
just an
she's the
act so that she
queen
can
and
get, so
whatever.
she can generate some sort of
Is it
personality?
is it
or
an
something
act
so
or what
people
is
will
it?
Watch her or what?
No, I think that's how she really is, honestly.
Where she went like full backwards is when she called the cops.
Yeah.
That's what happened. If she didn't do
Wanna
that,
bring her up on charges.
people wouldn't have been so upset about everything as much. But now she wants to like talk shit to Cyborg.
She's
Cyborg
like, yeah,
socked
I'm gonna-
her up.
I'm
and
gonna
she
call
called
the cops and I'm gonna press charges on you. And Christina Cyborg just walked away and said, "You know what? Punks jump up to get beat down."
That's why.
Oh, I love it.
That's why I like Brandon Vera though, because Brandon Vera said, "Bounce, get out of here. We don't deal with people like you." Brandon Vera is awesome.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, there's a fine line
We
between
take care of
trying
business.
to generate some publicity for yourself and just acting dumb or whatever. I mean, if she was dropping people left and right like Conor McGregor, it'd be a different story. But she's getting boomed up by Amanda Cooper.
Yeah, this is like her sixth or seventh loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's done.
Conor McGregor doesn't call the cops. He just tells the gangsters, "Come get me."
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Didn't he just do that
Big
right?
difference.
Right.
Big
Did.
difference.
Yeah, they were kind of.
So real quick,
She's
I
got
think-
money. Everybody's after him.
Is it Sean Shelby or the other matchmaker that does the women?
Nick
the-
Maynard.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name? Nick Maynard.
Mick.
Mick Maynard. We're gonna start with you now. Okay, we're done with Sean Shelby. Get her out of there, dude. Okay. The best
might
thing
be
you can
done
do
anyways.
is shut her down, and she's out of there
That's
or
right.
whatever. So that's a free one. Okay, next one you're gonna have to pay for. Then we get to Yancy Maderos against Alex Oliveira.
That's
Oh
Robert's
my
boy right there.
God. Yes, that was
When-
fight of the night.
Well, I was gonna say that Yancy. I thought he was done.
It's
Dude.
Robert's neighbor.
I'm like, dude, to come back from that and give that guy a beating like the way he did was huge. Now, Robert, I'm sensing that might be some sort of brain damage or something right there with those fights or whatever. Now, I mean, is it the hard head or, is he going to be able to come back from something like that? Well, give us your opinion on that.
That wasn't the worst.
Yancy? Yeah,
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. That's
He'll
just
be-
another day at the
Another-
office for him.
another day in the
Just
office.
another
right?
coconut off the
That-
palm
that-
Shake
tree.
it off.
that's how you where they're from. Why not?
Yeah.
That's like
Happens on the way
growing
to
up.
school.
Dude,
That's
but
going to
it was
school.
Hawaiian night because not only him but Rachel, Ostrovich and them just came
Max.
and did damage, man.
And those fuckers went, oh yeah, Hawaii went 2-0. I'm like, you forgot the homegirl, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
what's up with
3.
that?
Assholes.
Dude, don't ever forget Rachel Ostrovich, all right? That's
And
the
they're
last
from
time,
Waianae,
man.
all 3 of them, yeah?
Yeah. That's why I bought the prelims.
That's right.
But anyway, so did you get a chance to check that fight out? It was fight of the night?
No, I
Or
didn't.
you're
get
too
to
busy
see it.
watching Bernstein?
It was Mickey
It's a
Mouse
sad
Club.
story, man.
All right, you know what? Hold on.
It's hard to watch all that violence with kids in the house.
Well, Aaron
And my
Moro-
daughter's crazy already as
yeah,
it is.
Aaron
I'm
Moro
like,
can hang. So
whoa.
maybe we could switch it over to Maria. We could do some sort of like a telethon or what are those things? A PayPal or
Split
something
the
like that.
GoFundMe.
Right.
GoFundMe.com.
GoFundMe. Let's get her her own TV or whatever so that she can put one for
goes,
the
"Yeah, in
kids,
case you don't need a
one for
TV."
her so she can check out the fights and we can, she can be an integral part of the Full Contact Fanatics. Let me tell you something, not to rub it in your face, but if you didn't get a chance to see it, you gotta check it out because I mean that fight was.
I watched some of
amazing.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing. So, I mean, dude, where does he go from here? Yancy Maderos. What weight is that? Is that 170? Yeah, because he fought because Oliveira beat Tim Means at 170.
That's right.
Well, no, that's 185.
No, 170. I don't know,
Tim
bring
Means
it
is
up.
185.
Have one of our producers bring that up.
But anyways, that's got to shoot Yancy Maderos up into the upper echelon
As a
of
contender.
that weight class. Yeah, dude, and people are gonna start paying to see him because that dude did some serious damage after taking some damage. Go ahead.
Cowboy,
He
Cowboy
does-
looked pretty good too, man. That was a war.
But that dude's no joke, man. I mean,
Yeah.
when you beat Tim Means, that's huge because Dirty Bird Means is a bad dude. Go ahead.
He worries me though, the way like when he's in trouble, he turns his back and
man.
runs though.
Yeah,
Like that's not
it's very
safe.
scary.
It's not
And what if
smart.
you catch one of those Eve Edwards kicks to
Oh,
the face
dude.
or something?
Yeah, that'd be
Somebody times it,
vicious.
he's
What
done.
about like Medeiros versus Darren Till?
Oh,
No, Darren Till is going to hurt my friend.
Sean Shelby, that was Aaron Moro. So we're gonna go ahead and give you that one. It was Oliveira against who? Darren Till.
Medeiros against Darren Till.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and make that match? I think that would be huge. That would be great. So give credit to Aaron Moro for that. Although she's strike 2, she just took one off because she came up with a good one there. So she's back in the game.
She's coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you had Paul Felder against Charles Oliveira. That Paul Felder doesn't look like much. He's kind of
man.
No.
Irish dude,
Yep.
kind of whatever.
Hey, you
and I
make fun of
thought-
the Irish. You got one
well,
next
no,
to
I
you.
just mean he just he just and you see them Brazilians. Oh, they're coming to fight. And dude, he took care of business,
Yeah.
man.
He did.
That
Because
dude,
you can't
Yep.
always judge by that. Come on.
that dude's gotta be.
That
getting
dude
up
has
to be a
heart.
player,
Okay,
too.
you know
He
if you
does.
watched the
I would agree.
Embedded, this guy gets his new gloves, his new UFC gloves, and he smells them, sniffs them, and is just like, oh
Yeah.
man. I
Miguel
mean,
does that
He's
stuff.
caught in the moment.
He's a glove sniffer.
He's
Yeah.
got love for it.
He likes the King of the Cage ones after the fights.
Trust me.
So I mean, what could be next for him? I mean, he's got to be getting up there in at least a top 10 or top 15 fighter after that, right?
What weight division is that?
What
Is
weight
that-
division is he in, Robert? Paul Felder.
Yeah, lightweight.
Oh, he's 55. He's a big 55er.
That's right.
Wow.
I'm a big 55er.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, how about like Iaquinta or Chiesa
Yeah. Oh, Chiesa, that'd be a good fight.
or James Vick?
Oh man, see that's just
James Vick would
a
probably
talent pool in that 155. I'll tell you what, Sean Shelby, why don't you just give us a call, bro? We'll off the air. We'll go ahead and start setting them up for you. Get that place sold out. That was great. But Tisha Torres against Michelle Watterson, I was kind of looking forward
watched
to.
that one.
Michelle Watterson, she's a good fighter and everything, but Tisha Torres is, I would say, the epitome of a fighter for that weight class.
That's right.
She's just
She's like a little
yeah,
bulldog.
She is.
Short,
She is.
She's
Yeah.
stocky.
She goes for
She
it.
just keeps coming forward
She's
or whatever.
fast.
That's what she
She's-
did in this fight. That I
I want to hear what Maria has
She's-
to say about this. Let's hear
She's
this.
won a lot of her fights by decision, but I mean, she's a primetime player, right?
Yeah, she knows. I love how she creates angles
She
and like
does.
she just comes at girls like a box.
Now that's got to be
crazy.
moving over to American Top Team, right? Over in Florida.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure
well,
that helps her jiu-jitsu, but who's helping her with those hands and changing angles like
Well,
you
it's got to
say?
be her woman,
She has
right?
great cardio
Yeah,
too.
her
Yeah.
woman's a good
Her
boxer.
woman could throw hands too.
Her other half is a good boxer.
Yeah, so that
She was just a boxer
true.
when she came into the UFC.
Yeah, so I mean that's that. I mean she's got to be
She's a beast.
She's gotta
Rocky,
be
Rocky.
getting-
She's-
yeah, she's got to be scraping up there to get up there to the at least the top 10 soon, right?
Yeah, she's actually
Are they in the same weight class? Rocky and
she's
No,
actually ranked
Rocky's
number
bigger.
she's actually ranked number 5.
Oh,
In,
so she's
in
gonna be
strawweight.
getting close to that title shot pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, since Herrig won, this was my thought, is since Herrig won hers, I was thinking they do that fight again, because they fought.
Yes.
yeah.
They fought.
That would be a good match.
and
That would be a
tough.
good
See,
fight.
I'd watch it
now-
again.
See, that's the Aaron I've been talking about, man. Where was that Aaron a half
There
hour
I
ago?
am.
Someone give her a beer.
Hey, that's
She
a-
operates
do you
best
need
with a
little
beer in her
something to
hand.
Get you going, or a little,
Where is it?
I mean, what's up? Man? We need to get you going.
We know next time.
Robert, bring the ice chest next time, buddy. We got to get Aaron going here because now she's stepping up to the plate. Not only is she stepping up to the plate, she's swinging the bat, buddy, and she's hitting home runs. So that would be a great matchup. Felicia, now you talking about two girls who come in shape. Both those girls come in good shape. You
I
know,
don't think Felice is the fighter that.
Felice had a little bit of
Tisha is.
trouble.
No.
Or whatever.
Not at
I
all.
would take Tisha on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And Felice
You
looks
know,
slow
I
in
hate
her
to say
fight.
Yeah,
that, but
exactly.
I think Tisha
She
totally
may
gave her
be
a
in
fight. Would you
shape,
agree?
but she doesn't bring it.
Absolutely.
There is some, Felice looked real slow this fight.
It just seemed like she couldn't get going.
I'm probably the only one on the planet that gave it to Courtney Casey.
I
No,
had
no,
thought
I
the
believe that
same
too.
thing.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah.
I totally.
And
That could have went either
Okay.
way. I think they gave it to Felice Herring strictly because she was maybe hitting her with a few more, but she kind of busted up her eye a little bit or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, they literally stood in the same spot.
She was
going back
landing
and
some
forth.
good shots
Felice's
too.
face was getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Sorry.
about that choice adjective for Aaron Muro right there.
Beep.
Bad.
You know, she gets
Colorful, I
up there and then she
apologize.
brings
I'll try
herself
to be a
back down.
lady.
I
You
love
know,
it.
she's hot and cold. We got one with Tourette's on my left and this one with the choice adjectives. Dude, it's crazy. But
Robert started it today.
definitely look for that. Now, somebody that we talked about before, I got to tell you, man, we'll take this around the horn. Henry Cejudo, that dude's starting to come into the forefront. I not that I'm this great person, but I had a feeling he was going to take care of Sergio Pettis because
You did call it.
Cejudo's finally starting to figure, I'm a wrestler. Let me close the distance, get him to the ground, pound him out. I see that dude. But then Demetrius Johnson is a whole different bird.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can beat Demetrius, but I think he'll give him a much different fight this time than they did last time. Would you agree, Maria? Did you get to see that fight at all?
No.
But you know who Henry Cejudo is, and his wrestling has. Well, his wrestling can improve. He's a gold medalist, but he's starting to implement that into
the
his game.
game,
He
yeah.
takes care of Sergio Pettis 3-round unanimous decision. That dude's got to start getting up there. Would you agree?
I think that if he is going to fight Demetrius Johnson, he has got to step up his game in every direction.
He
All-
is.
all
He's
the way
stepping
around.
it up. He's
Yeah.
pulling a
All the way
Roxanne
around.
Modafferi and moving up.
He might
Um,
be, but I don't think he's there yet.
Aaron, would you agree?
Actually, no. I was thinking that because I think Borg and
That's a good
Well,
one.
Ray Borg against
Borg
Henry
and-
Cejudo would be a good fight
and Marino are gonna fight, and so I was thinking the winner of that.
to fight Demetrius.
No, to fight Cejudo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know.
Sorry.
No, she's making them work for their meal. That's
you know,
good.
that would be a good matchup, but I don't see them beating Henry Cejudo right now. Go ahead, Robert.
Demetrius Johnson, level 10. Everybody else is like at a 6 or 7.
That's true.
Except for Cejudo, I'll put him right there, like 8
I
and a
mean,
half,
if he can
almost
get
9.
if he can close the distance and get him to the ground, it's different. Now, here,
It's
This
his
will
stance,
be his
though.
third fight with him if he does it right.
Second fight.
Oh,
he got caught with a knee
But
last time. And it
But he
took
changed
everything
his
out of him.
style a lot. Like I said
Mhm.
before, he's
going back to what got him to the promised land.
Well, not just it's not just the stance he's using is similar to Conor McGregor and a lot of other people. The stance is wider, it gives him more opportunity to cut space in more like hops
True.
and leaps. So in and out motion is a lot easier. Plus that back weight when the push forward on the shoot is there.
Yeah.
So now the push and pull, right into a shoot, single leg. I mean, you're talking Olympic level wrestler.
Yeah, and he
Money.
Dude, when I watch his videos, that wrestling is ridiculous, man. So real quick to Henry Cejudo, vamos a ganar si se puede. Okay, get it done, bro. Mexican flag, everything. Sombrero, wear it to the ring, bro. We gotta get it out there. We gotta get it out
Play
there.
some
So I'm
banda.
telling you, all right, bro, get it done. Here's the thing, the question I have for you.
Okay.
Henry Cejudo's brother is a trainer. I think he trains, the wrestling. He's actually been working with a lot of Brazilians. I don't know if you've seen him. He wears those white glasses, white rim glasses, so he can be noticed. So when you're home for Thanksgiving, and you're Henry Cejudo's brother, I mean, I wonder how, because it's like, does the mom go, "Hello, everybody. This is my son Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist, MMA fighter, who's really getting close to the title." And this is his brother. He's good too, though. He's.
Right.
I mean, how do you,
Hey, everybody's got a Ricky and a Bob, right?
How do you,
Not my Bob, not
how does that
Ricky.
work at Thanksgiving? I mean,
You just don't
How do you
say
not
anything.
play favorites? Do you just say, "Well, these are my kids" or whatever? Because if I was Henry Cejudo's brother, I'd be like, "Yeah, well, I help out or whatever." But
I probably just wouldn't say anything.
It's a tough
Yeah,
place
these are
to
my
be.
boys.
hey, I don't even.
Don't you love them just the same?
Right?
You know, who knows? Who's
Probably
I don't know,
not.
What's his brother's name? Did anybody know his brother's name that helps train people? El hijo, el hermano de Henry Cejudo or whatever. Because it's got to be, hey, you're Henry Cejudo's brother, right? Or whatever. So I'm sorry, bro.
I have a name too.
I don't know how that works out because I used to think about that like Chuck Liddell's brother.
You're bringing up
Chuck
sore
Liddell's brother,
subjects.
Big old dude always holding the pads. Angel. Just want to know, bro. I just want to know how it is. at
He's
Thanksgiving
mommy's
or whatever,
angel.
'cause it's hard. Because
There you
I
go.
used to feel the same
There
way
you
about
go.
Chuck Liddell's brother because he's always holding, and it's like, this is my son Chuck Liddell. He's the
Dude,
three-time
somebody's got to bring home
light
the
heavyweight
bacon. Not
champion of the
everybody
world.
gets
He's
the
big time.
opportunity.
And this is his brother. He's good too. He holds the pads.
He holds the pads.
That's right.
He's
Hey, man,
strong.
That's a lot to live up to. Now, dude, when I saw Francis Ngannou knock out,
I mean, murder.
Alistair
Not
Overeem.
even knockout. He
I
murdered
mean,
him.
I was like,
I didn't think Overeem
I
would
was
ever
like,
come to life
there
again.
must be beer all over
he
the
was
walls
done.
of Danny Kaye's because that's all Aaron Muro talks about. She must have went nuts after
I wanna
seeing that.
know.
Now, real quick for the people that are watching and listening to us, take us through that whole thing. When you saw him get knocked out, did you run around Danny Kaye's with the flag, or what? Tell us how it
Free
went.
beers all the way
No.
around.
Because you've been
I-
pushing him for a long time. You've been a big supporter for a while
Of Reem?
Overeem.
of Ngannou.
No, I picked Reem.
Yeah.
Did she?
I did.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you talk so much about Ngannou, about how hard he hits and all that. What is wrong with you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, never
I think you're always an Overeem fan.
Was she really?
She even has a picture with him. She has pictures of lots of
Well,
Well, I
fighters.
have a picture with Ngannou.
too.
Oh, that's
I
right.
put that's my profile picture right now.
But,
Yeah.
I mean,
But
we knew that he hit hard, but to
I knew-
completely take somebody's head almost completely off, that is ridiculous.
yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen, but I like Reem so much. It was an emotional pick, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he got him with it wasn't even an uppercut. It was like
Like a half
A shovel
uppercut, just
punch?
kinda, yeah.
and
And
he
boom.
just
Miguel showed he throws a shovel punches.
Dude, that was
shoveling dirt at people.
so. He's gonna
that's
get
so
the.
Mexican of you.
That's all he knows.
I'm sorry.
So he gets the immediate title shot at Stipe Miocic. I think that's going to be a heck of a fight, man. I think he's
Heck
really going
yeah.
to give him.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think Overeem will ever be able to speak right again.
I know, man, dude. That's
Humana.
That was one of those fights
done.
where I literally I sat there and thought, man, why do we watch this sport?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean,
because
That was brutal.
almost took his head off.
I was a little worried. I thought
Maybe he'll put
I
his
thought he
hands up
killed
when he
Overeem.
fights now.
I was
Why
like,
does he do
Reem ain't
that?
coming back.
I don't know if he tries
So
to
he
prove
deserved-
something
he
or
deserved
whatever,
it.
What?
He doesn't fight with his hands up. Overeem fights with his hands at his waist. He's known
No,
for it.
He always does.
So
that.
guess
know
what?
what's
When you eat a
up with
punch
that.
like that, you kind of ask
And
for it.
when it's Francis Ngannou, be prepared
Yeah.
for you to have whiplash. Go ahead, Robert.
It was because he was super wide.
Oh,
I mean, he
yeah.
was trying to go over the top and throw wide looping punches, keep his head offline. But as he threw it, left himself so open on the other side
Yeah.
that Ngannou was like,
And
wow,
boom,
just took his
guácatela,
head
se
off.
acabó. It
But I
was
mean,
ridiculous.
if you watch it, I mean, if I saw somebody fighting like that, I would think he was a little afraid of the power,
Yeah.
because he was really throwing some really weird wide angle. Yeah, and
With some
just
little
not trying to
haymakers.
really stay in the pocket, stay tight, and
Well, we'll pose this question to Marie. You think he's gonna, Alistair Overeem is gonna bounce back from that, or you think he's like, you know what? I think I had enough.
That's a hard one. You would hope that like maybe the light would go on.
Yeah.
And
And even
Maybe I
even
yeah.
Michael Bisping.
Maybe it would
Did, yeah, in the after show they wrote in, well, what would you do if you were fighting Francis Ngannou? And you go, probably cancel the fight. Or, I mean, dude, he was even like, man, that is some scary power
Yeah.
or whatever.
or
Yeah.
be like GSP and come down with a case of colitis.
Something like that. Yeah.
Remember, I told you guys he's not fighting again. GSP's
Yeah.
not fighting again.
Yeah.
Ever?
I told you
No.
guys that he's not
What
fighting
is
again.
colitis?
Well,
That's that.
when you
same
take a
thing.
specific
That's pretty
supplement,
painful. It's pretty painful.
sometimes that happens to you. You get colitis or whatever.
Is it a stomach thing?
I don't know.
He's not fighting.
Yeah, he's smart. He's smart.
Is that what
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar had and they cut out a chunk of him?
Yeah.
He had
they could
he had
easily do that, but
diverticulitis.
he's had enough.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
it's
So-
almost the same thing.
That's gonna bring us to
Some
this.
sort
It
of
always
itis.
has to go there. Thankfully, he's not on the mic. So we'd have to get that.
PRG,
Yes.
We didn't- We'd have to mute him.
Yes. So then we get to
I
the
say we
main
let
event.
Reem do roids again.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a
And
different
he
guy.
horse meat or
That's why he
whatever.
fights with his hands
Yeah,
down.
man, that's when he was huge. So we get to the main
Those
event.
Holland supplements.
Come on.
Mexican stuff.
If he's lucky.
Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna get to the main event. Alistair Overeem ani madre weight. Okay, he's done. That's enough.
He's done.
Dude, when you can stand there and just beat the snot out of Jose Aldo, you're a bad dude, because he stayed in the pocket, and not only did he was taking some shots, not light shots. He was walking right through them, and he was just like you could. It was kind of similar to when Joanna fought Carla Esparza.
Mm-hmm.
You saw in Jose Aldo's face like, I can't do
He
nothing.
checked
This
out.
Dude is just,
Yeah.
This dude just keeps
Like,
coming. He's like, he was like about
Somebody
to
has
call
an
security
answer
or
for
something.
everything you throw at him.
Dude,
Yeah.
Max Holloway, I knew he was good, but after that fight, he proved something. I mean, he walked right and showed no fear whatsoever.
'Cause hold
Which I
up.
think- and dude, taking some.
Say it.
I'm sorry, I'm Mexican. It's this crew that's got me all messed up. I completely looked over to Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
Jose
So,
Aldo's not Mexican.
Let me
what are you talking about?
let me back up a little bit.
Okay.
You know,
It's
well, look
Jose,
what-
not
look what I
Jose.
gotta deal with. I got Tourette's on this side, and Aaron
Forget it.
Murro talking before she drinks, and then Mexicans talking about all kinds of stuff over here.
dirt
What
thrower.
do you expect, man? So you watch when Maria leaves. She goes, "I'm never doing that shit." Okay? Rudy, you want to talk about unprofessionalism? Let me tell you. I'm sorry about that. That was my bad. Justin Gaethje and Eddie Alvarez was the epitome of what MMA should be. Eddie was taking those kicks. Dude, Justin Gaethje's kicks are no joke.
The big dude,
Dude,
too.
he was just wacatelas.
He's a bigger
Femur
dude.
breakers.
That giant lump.
Yeah, dude, but
Oof.
man, that was the best I've ever seen Eddie. I mean, he was ripping the body, dude.
Yeah.
He was just ripping bodies, ripping up.
That was a good game
Yeah.
plan, in my
If
opinion.
anybody deserved fight of the night, it was both that fight. That fight delivered. I knew Eddie Alvarez. Remember we talked about it, all his fights with Michael Chandler and taking so much punishment. But that dude came to fight.
Yeah.
That dude was ripping the body. He totally deserved that. And when you can hit somebody with a knee and Justin Gaethje's whole face just went
Yeah.
that way or whatever.
Yep.
And like they said, he went down. He was still trying to grab the leg or whatever. I mean, that dude is nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was huge. Props to Eddie Alvarez. That was amazing.
He's no joke.
The way he ripped to the body and was able to get that.
That was a good
He
game
stuck
plan.
to his
I mean,
game
we
plan.
Yeah.
can go around
Yeah.
the horn and say, yeah, that was.
I'd say Gaethje's pissing blood for 2 weeks.
for sure. And I'm gonna say Eddie's not gonna be able to get out of bed for 2 weeks with those leg
Low
shots.
legs. Oh
He
my
was taking
God.
some.
He's not gonna be
ripping
chewing
some
food
leg
either.
shots. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's slurping it.
Yeah. so-
Straw.
and what was it? Did he break a bone in the
Jesus.
cheek or whatever to cause that?
I think it's probably the tooth towards the palate,
Oh.
and that's what probably did it.
Yeah, maybe jammed it back in there, made it swell.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Sounds painful.
And to continue fighting with the everlasting gobstopper sized golf ball. I think Bisbing and them say he looked like the Godfather or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I mean, dude, I knew it was gonna be a big, good fight, but didn't expect that. Did you expect that at
No.
all?
That was awesome.
That was, I mean, the way he ripped the
Beyond.
body was amazing.
Yeah.
Would you You agree?
It's a great game plan. I mean,
Aaron?
they put it together
I
right.
picked Alvarez to win.
Big time.
I did
Yeah.
too.
I can't
picked-
believe you anymore because
But he's a better
you,
fighter.
I thought you picked Ngannou, but I didn't have my
Robert
glasses on when I
picked-
did it.
He picked Gaethje, and I told him no
I
way.
picked Justin. I've seen Eddie fight so many times and get
Yeah.
touched on the chin and fall
But that
fall
was a
down
different Eddie,
and
man.
come back though.
And Gaethje
Yeah.
brought that kind of
But
power.
Gaethje's
but
got that kind of power, so I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, you know, MMA math does not work. But I
No.
mean, just straight up, Eddie gets touched and goes like limp almost
Eddie
every
fought a
other
good fight.
fight.
Yeah, big time.
But I figured Gaethje would be able to put him away, but that was not true. Eddie grew some extra chin
Now-
muscles.
He
or
was
something.
very smart about it,
Sure.
doing that body work and slowing him down.
Yeah.
Now, Miguel,
mean,
when you were
he
trading
worked
punches
hard.
with Tito
Ugh.
Ortiz and Tank Abbott back in the day, were you used to getting ripped to the body like that?
Have you seen Miguel's body?
No,
Have you-
especially not by Tank Abbott either.
Have you ever seen body shots? I mean, it was the perfect game plan, right?
Miguel
I mean,
takes
he was
body
really
shots.
Body
Alright.
shots are the worst.
Jello shots off the body.
yeah.
Yes, and pissed blood for a week.
So you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it takes the wind
Oh my
out of you.
God!
and
You're not
really
sure if you're gonna
struggling.
throw up or
Hey,
shit your pants.
So yeah. So
You
so
said it.
props.
I'm
props to
surprised
him.
that
It's a
didn't
good- yeah, it's a
happen.
good thing he didn't eat Mexican food. He would've
Thank
been in big
goodness.
trouble.
Yes.
So, anyways, great card. Holloway Aldo completely delivered. Max Holloway just really showed me something with the way he took it to Jose Aldo. I don't think Jose Aldo's done. I think he's.
I think he's
No.
done.
maybe
I
go
kinda-
back
I
because you
think
know
he's done.
well,
I
we
think
could-
I'd like to see
Well, he
him go
has
to
nowhere to
155.
go but down.
Go
Yeah.
up to 155.
So why do it?
we could
155.
we could pose this question
He's got nowhere to go but down.
to Maria.
That's
Isn't
what I
it,
would.
isn't
I
it
would
kind of like that where after the fight, after you've taken some shots, you're like, oh my god, and I
taken
think
some
I'm
serious
gonna
damage.
yeah, I think I'm gonna take it easy for a while or whatever. Then you start to repair and feel a little bit better, like in about 2 or 3 weeks, and then you're like, well, I feel a little bit better, Then you get back in the gym, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's gonna happen.
If you see the weigh-ins, he was dead. Like he had nothing in him. I think that weight cut might be too much for him at his age. I mean, I know he's only 30
Probably.
right now, but maybe his body's just.
Everybody's different, so 30 might be the
Yeah.
magic number
He
for
might-
him to not be able to lose weight
he might
anymore.
go to 155 and not gas.
Yeah.
He might
or
have
go to
that
155 and not have that power.
He just
Yeah, so-
needs to change it
It
up.
changes
some-
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
change
it's
something.
it's there
or
for him. So
retire.
just great. Finally delivered. I mean, it was when Max Holloway and Jose Aldo don't get fight of the night bonus. That's huge. That means that card and I think they should have even forget Yancy Maderos and Oliveira. They should have gave them 100,000
Should
for
took care
that
of
fight
everybody.
right there because that was huge.
They
That
all
was-
fought well. Give it to them all. They got money.
I would agree
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that. That was
Come
that
on,
was
nobody's taking care of the
amazing.
fighters. Take care of the fighters.
Dana White again. We have to hire a certain amount of handicap, my man. So I got to tell you, man, don't take it personal or
They
whatever.
need to
It's
pay the fighters.
True. So look forward to the next one. We're going to talk a little bit about that too. But we're running up against the clock. I wanted to talk to Maria a little bit before we got a couple of calls
Do
coming and all
that.
that
Do
too.
that.
Yeah.
So real quick, I've talked to when I had the Wednesday show, we had Maria on a few times. We even had her on as a what's the word I'm looking for, like a correspondent or
Yeah.
whatever, just strictly because
Consultant.
MMA, the women's was coming so much to the forefront. We
Yeah.
needed somebody who's actually been in the cage, and we can get that perspective and everything like that. Now, real quick for the people that are watching and listening to us, I first saw Maria when she fought at RFA at the hangar over there in Orange County.
Over there.
And I knew who she was, and I was like, we want to help you out, want to get you sponsored, want to make sure you get the stuff out there. Had a few glitches in getting everything going. Finally got her the stuff. But when she fought, I mean, it was toe to toe. What was the girl's name that she fought? She was from Arizona, from MMA lab.
Jocelyn Leiber.
Jocelyn Leiber.
Leiberger.
And
however you
first
say
of all, I
it.
couldn't hear myself because I was behind her family,
Oh.
and they were screaming. and it was funny because they weren't screaming
The
like
only people I can actually hear.
They weren't screaming like, "Come on, Maria!" Like, "Maria, come on, Maria!" And it was like,
Oh
what are
my
you doing?
God, my sister especially.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Going crazy. So, had that fight at RFA, then had a couple more after that, and then strictly went to training and stuff, and then started teaching at the UFC gym and moved over there. Then went to a different one or whatever. So as of now, as we speak, we talked a little bit before we went on the air. Any thoughts? Well, let's put it this way. When I talked to Chad George, he's like, let's get her fight a King of the Cage. I think she's ready or whatever. And I said, well, let me know. And when I talked to the matchmaker, he's like, absolutely, man. If she wants to fight, so the point I'm getting at is somebody like you who comes to fight. I mean, that was when you fought Jocelyn Larberg. I was, oh my God, she, we have something. And everybody who I've talked to, Ian Harris, and they say, well, you know what? There's fighters and there's girls who come to fight, and she's one of the girls who comes to fight. So, but things, I don't, for lack of a better term, things happen. You got a family now and stuff. That we talked a lot about that on the other show.
Yeah.
Is it harder or is it easier when your significant other is in the game and can relate and stuff like that? Then when some people have a child, they go one of two ways. They go, you know what, I have a child now, I don't have time for that anymore. I got to concentrate on this. Other ones say, now that I have a child, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to start winning. I want to get those fight bonuses or whatever. So give us your personal preference or thought on that.
Well, priorities change. That's
True.
For sure.
As we can see by watching Bernstein Bears instead of the UFC fights.
Right? She's definitely in charge.
Right.
But yeah, like your priorities change, and for me, it's been kind of it's definitely a different kind of struggle because neither myself or my husband have family here. So it's like, okay, the amount of training that needs to go into preparation for a fight. Well, everybody knows, even people that don't fight, like, especially the crew here, like,
Right.
It's a lot of training, a lot of dedication, and when you don't have anybody else but your husband, it's like, man, well, what do you do? Like, we have to work, we have to pay our bills, and we have to take care of our daughter, and we both juggle that between just two people.
Right.
And yeah, like, you can, there are people that would definitely help me out, and there are people, especially like Ian Harris, he's been very,
Speaks very highly of.
yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
His gym situation, I had to bring my daughter. So when she's screaming and like throwing
Hold
a
on, stop
fit
that
and she
sparring session.
needs to, you do.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
stop what you're doing and take care of her. She is my priority. Like, and like I said with Ian, he's so welcoming and amazing that, he's been like, yeah, come on over. I want to start teaching their women's classes, and I can bring her. But again, it's like she has to come, and she's all right, she'll chill and like whatever, but she needs somebody. She's almost 2. She needs supervision.
I'm gonna say she's still young. I mean, she's just a pup.
Yeah.
So, but eventually, they get to be 4 or 5 years old. They're gonna want to start going with you to the gym.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to get the pink gi with the white belt and everything, and then it's really gonna start to blossom from there. Now, if that's the situation, do you think you might want to, continue
Possibly.
fighting then?
Like,
or?
I feel like when the time comes, like when she's like, I want to get her involved as soon as she is like she's so active right now that
Burn off some of that energy.
Oh my God! By the time she's probably 2.5, I'm gonna be like, hey, who takes young kids like this? And
They'll say, "Can you bring some baby Tylenol
Yeah,
for this,
seriously.
please? Because we need to calm her down."
yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
She is.
I'm
I mean,
sure
look,
I've been there.
look, me as her mother, and her dad.
Yeah,
Like, oh my
yeah.
God!
It's just a
But,
ball of energy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But when that time comes, I feel like we're fortunate, like as far as like the women in MMA, that like it doesn't matter. Like, I'm 34, so I still have like a couple years where I would
Right.
be able to like swing that. But I feel like when the time comes, if I feel good to go, then I
Yeah.
will. But I definitely want to like. The cool thing about jiu-jitsu is you can compete and do that, and
Oh, yeah.
does
Forever.
not matter how old
That's
you
right.
are.
Well, see, that's the
There's
thing, too.
masters
Jiu-jitsu-
and masters, and like
And
shit.
Good
plus,
for you. That's
jiu-jitsu's
what
you look at
starting
it.
to blossom too. Where look at Chad George getting paid.
Oh my God!
For competitions and stuff now. So I think it's just
I
going to
think I'm
keep
wearing that
growing.
shirt.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
It's just going to keep
he's
growing.
amazing.
Chad
Pulled it
George,
off. It was
hey,
awesome.
Chad George, just because
You
he's
the man.
handicapped doesn't mean he's the only one who gets a shirt.
That's right.
All right, we're here too, bro. All right, don't forget about it.
Size small.
Let the man dream.
Size
I'm
small.
a 2X. Miguel, what are you? Medium for Miguel. Robert, what are you?
He's
Medium
5X
too?
Husky.
Get a
Yeah.
medium for Robert. Good to go. Aaron Morro, what do you? Small for Aaron Morro. So send the package, bro. But it's true. You can, now see. Here's the thing. Everybody says because you were teaching jiu-jitsu at the UFC gym for quite some time.
Yeah.
Rudy was doing a lot of the training, people stuff like that. So they said, well, why don't they open a dojo? Why don't they open their own gym? people think, and that's why I've had people
Yeah.
like
Costs
Jiva
money.
Santana
Hello,
and
it's
people
like,
like that. You don't just
money,
lease a
honey.
place and throw some mats out.
You gotta have
You know?
money, insurance.
Exactly.
Like
Delo's
there's
like,
a
man, I have
lot
to have
that
a
goes
certain
in
amount
there.
of people on the mats to pay, the lights and run
Exactly.
everything and all that. So it's not that easy. So if in the near future something like that, was to come about, and would you be interested in opening up your own?
Oh,
place?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, my passion, my true passion is obviously jujitsu, and
Right.
I love teaching. That's where I started. So, like,
It's cool to hear from
Yeah.
from a young lady. You know what I
I
mean?
just-
I don't know enough of them that love it like you do. That's really cool.
yeah, and like I created the women's program at the UFC Torrance,
Right.
and now it's like all my
Awesome.
students, they're competing, and then I did the same thing at the UFC
Awesome.
Northridge. So it's just something like when you love it and it's not like work.
Both you and Rudy are of Mexican heritage background. So if you think about it, you can open up a jiu-jitsu depending on how big the space is. It could be like Maria's house of jiu-jitsu, beepers, sunglasses, and videos. Hey, that's what any Filipinos in here?
Calling card.
That's
Calling
what the
card.
Filipinos do. When they open up a place, it's like, Ming Lao's house of
Ming-
sunglasses, beepers, tobacco, and everything.
Y todo.
They open them up. And
Is
it's
somebody gonna
everything.
censor the host?
They sell everything out of there. So, Robert, would you agree?
What was it? The Palace? Was that one? That you see that movie? Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
The
that.
Palace.
Yeah, so it's feasible. I mean, once you get the property, you can. That's what we do. That's what Mexicans do. We open it up to everything, man. I mean, nobody.
There's a
uses,
taco truck downstairs.
Yeah.
That tells you enough.
Nobody. Well, the only thing is the big.
It brings
You
in
didn't- you didn't get any of the-
customers.
You didn't get any of the tamarino or horchata or anything down there, did you?
No,
Because
not
they
yet.
stir it with their hand.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
Jimmy's
why
all
it's
even-
so good.
They don't put a spoon in there.
It's a
So,
little
So
salty
good.
when they're done.
well, I think
Give it a little kick.
I personally think if you keep working towards it or whatever, because the Maria Rios name is already out there.
That's
It's
right.
not like you're not a legit jiu-jitsu practitioner or whatever. And I think a lot of women feel more comfortable if they go train with Maria than they do,
You're probably
with
right.
maybe-
Well, when they're starting out, especially.
It's an inspiration.
Yeah, a lot of women are like, if they don't know too much about it, and
Super
they're
tentative.
not comfortable.
and if some of the younger boys or teenager or whatever, the same thing, because this is what when I was coaching wrestling in
Are you
Milligan.
saying if teenage boy sees Maria? Of course.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Maybe a line outside.
But see,
Where do I sign
but
up?
see, then they'll behave more in her class, because when I was
Behave.
when I was coaching wrestling, Marshall Thompson had a big white van, and we were able to fit about 6 or 7 boys
Did
in
that
there.
van have windows?
I made the mistake.
Right?
I made the mistake of sitting in
kind
the
of van
back,
was this?
back there, and these guys. You want to talk about playing your butt trumpet? These guys were, and I'm sitting in the.
Why am I being censored and
they are
butt
just-
trumpets next to me?
They are just crop dusting me. So I walk up to the front and I tell Coach Thompson, I go, dude, these guys are blowing gas. He goes, well, why do you think we sit up front?
Why do you
I
think
go
we
back
hired
there
you?
And I tell him, I go, stop. And they go, Coach, I can't stop. I go, if I was a hot chick, you would be able to hold it. And they go,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you're right, Coach, or whatever. So if you go to a
But
class
you're not.
that Maria Rios is teaching, and there's young ladies, they're gonna hold it in.
Yeah,
So
t-
you don't
until
have to-
somebody
Until they
puts-
start rolling, and
Or,
then
I mean,
we're all screwed.
Art puts neon belly
Exactly.
on you.
So,
Something's
yeah.
coming
Then
out.
so
there's no holding it in.
there's
when
there's
that
a lot of
happens.
benefits to training with Maria Rios. Go ahead, Robert. Did you want to throw? We're talking about gas, so I know it's your specialty. So-
Just don't feed him yogurt.
exactly.
Frozen
Ice
yogurt.
cream,
It's
yogurt,
bad.
milk,
Porque
cheese.
son de los lactose intolerant.
Oh, no.
Whatever, so you
And
gotta
then
be
if you give
careful.
me the Beano, it gets even worse.
Oh.
Luckily, Maria doesn't have to deal with it, but Aaron Murro's going to end up going with us to do a live broadcast or
Yes, she
something
is.
sooner or later. So,
Welcome to the
I
jungle.
suggest Biohazard on speed dial, some sort of a hazmat suit.
A SARS
This
mask.
is-
or
It's
something
called
like-
me driving in another vehicle.
We're taking separate cars.
Remember, not the dojo we're in now, but the one right before it, where it
Yes.
had the big red cage when we had
Yes.
fight camps there. This dude,
The one
Like-
that was across
I'm
the
glad
way.
no one
no,
The
the one in the
one in
other
Lincoln?
corner. No, the one that's in the
Miguel was there
corner.
that day.
The one with the big red cage, right?
Yes.
We had
Miguel was
fight
there.
camp, and then Dondo lets one loose. Gates are open, and we're talking like all the way in the back.
He
Galo
shorted-
opens the door and tells Don John.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
It's like a whole basketball court
Common
away.
courtesy, though. You don't eat yogurt and stuff before you go. What's
I got
wrong
like
with
a
you?
head
Hey.
Especially when you're
I'm
lactose
gonna
intolerant.
start eating yogurt before this show.
Shh.
Oh my God.
Well, then
so
this will
you
be
know.
my last show. All right, you're gonna have a new host. Her name's gonna be Erin Murro because she's used to that type
We're
of
gonna
stuff.
spackle
Being
you
at
to the
Danny
wall.
K's
I'm
and
gonna be
everything
calling
like
it
that.
in.
We
Calling
definitely
the show.
have to do it, but I totally think that just by saying that's why we have you on the show so people can see. Hey man, Maria, legit fighter, legit jiu-jitsu practitioner, whatever. I think if in the near future or anything like that, if you were able to open or even start working out of somebody else's gym or whatever, that because a lot of people are intimidated just to go train or whatever, but they see somebody like Maria or whatever to be a little bit more comfortable. Me personally, when I'm in the gi, I can get choked out by an 8-year-old girl, so I would feel more comfortable taking that class so I could start in that same. First of all, real quick before we continue, I got in trouble by the FCC because we were talking about that, and I said, I've been tapping 8-year-olds for a certain amount of years before I even
You're self-incriminating.
thought
You're white
about
van
it.
and now tapping 8-year-olds.
So I can let.
I really don't know the dude.
FCC say that's the last time we want to hear that. So, talking about you guys, you gotta watch what you say or whatever. So,
I don't talk about that.
yeah, that just
It doesn't even
that just
enter my
came out
mind.
of
But
me
thank
before,
you.
So
And I've never owned a white van with no windows.
I'm on probation, man. I gotta tell you or whatever. So we gotta
Pretty
keep
on
going.
it.
But anyways. Well, Maria, it's good to have you on. That's why I wanted to bring you on because
pleasure.
I've had you
I
so
love
much
it.
on the Wednesday show and helping me out.
I love it too.
With
We
bringing
need to
the
get her to do some
women's
technique for us on
Anytime.
See, we were talking
Anytime.
about
Love that.
But
I'll
That would
model a
be
gi.
cool.
I was gonna say, here's
do
the
it.
here's the
Modeling.
key.
Yeah.
We definitely
No, for real.
do some training with Maria. Show
If I get to
some
keep it.
different techniques or
No,
whatever. So
You just got fired.
Lucky Gi, Conca,
A1,
Fight
size
Gear.
A1.
Yeah, well, definitely. If you want to hook it up, we'll definitely film it in your gi, and we'll make sure we get it out there. As you can see by the proof is in the pudding with the Lucky Gi that we did with Miguel. Unfortunately,
Conca
Dondo,
gi. No, the Conca gi.
that too.
I got robbed.
I'm getting there. Dondo, give me
I
a
got
minute.
robbed.
I'm getting there, bro. Dondo's is going to be
Speak it.
coming up. As if you saw the one before, but anyways. The Conca one we actually got to see today. It's getting put together. It's slamming. I'm
It
telling
is.
you, Robert, as hard of a time that I give him or whatever, he does once he cuts it up and gets everything together. It comes out slamming.
He's a
man.
conceptual
So there you go.
genius.
We'll bring Maria in. Size A1 gi.
A1
Size
one.
A1 gi. That on the mat one that had the script on it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that one was pretty.
You ever
cool.
won with the
Bye.
Mexican flag
Do
and the
something
Irish
with that.
flag?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I
the-
need.
Right? For real.
And then we'll put everything Kansas City todo. We'll put
Yeah.
all our patches and everything on there. So we'll definitely want to check that out. So Scotty Nelson, if you're listening, we got to hear
Scotty.
O'Neal Fletcher,
Yeah.
Fernie Flores or whatever, right here, bro. We can
Do
get it out
it.
there for
Show
sure.
your roll.
Show that women's gear, or we can get Dondo a gi that fits. Show Maria choking Dondo out. And
I'm
we can
open
put
to that option, yes.
Absolutely, we'll definitely
If
do
you
that.
want to see somebody be put to sleep,
We would,
too,
yeah, we
that'd
will
be
definitely
good.
do that. Real quick, real quick, just a quick shout out to Conca
I
Fight
want to
Gear
be
or
careful
on the
who you're
Mackie.
choking.
We will definitely not give him any yogurt before we do that because we would like Maria
For a
to come
month.
back
For a
and
month,
do that. So we'll
I
definitely
store
have
it.
to
Please.
clean out the just pretend like you're gonna have a colonoscopy, clean that system out so we
Let's
can shoot.
pretend I don't have
shoot
to
the
have one.
film.
I'm not quite there
Because
yet.
that dojo is very small and
Oh,
fumes
no.
and crop dust.
It's
gets
musky.
Really
No, that
quick.
is a
And there's no
clean
windows in
dojo.
that bad boy, so you want to
Oh
make
my
sure
God.
you do that. So
It is a very clean
So
dojo.
a huge,
I scrub
yes,
the floors
it is.
myself.
It is. Huge thanks to Maria for coming down. We're definitely going to have you back on once
Absolutely.
you get everything going. And
Anytime.
definitely look forward to shooting some stuff right there because with the legit jiu-jitsu
That's
person.
right. We would love to have that.
Yeah.
And of
course.
course, Erin Muro, who's just a wealth of knowledge. Although she slipped a little bit, but then she came back really strong. We really appreciate
The
it.
coconut water. We need to get her some beer.
Yeah, um,
It's our sponsor.
we talk a lot about this Danny K's or whatever. Now,
Uh-huh.
we would definitely like to do a live show there. We have a
We've
thing
done
called
it.
Chop Trivia, where we ask a
We
question
got
if they get it
Gokor on
wrong.
the way, sir.
After that.
All right.
Okay. If I swear, if you don't let me finish if you don't let me, I've been trying to get out of here for the last 10 minutes, and I keep coming up. What's that
Yeah.
insane asylum that's over in Norwalk? It's right off of South Street or whatever.
That's off of Bloomfield.
Metro, okay. Unless you want to go back to Metro
It's off
and
of
get
Bloomfield.
and
No,
get-
yeah, it is Bloomfield.
get put on that 72-hour
Been
hold,
there.
let me get us out of here. All right.
Been there.
Mike Gammon, ani madre, wait. We'll put you on a 72-hour
Okay.
hold. So, Aaron, if you can, let them know. We definitely would like to come and do a live show. We'll do it a little bit different. We'll go ahead and run everything, do the Chop Trivia. I have some stuff to give away. I'm sorry, Robert, I was supposed to bring it today, but I'll bring it for sure. We got some shirts and some hats and some stuff to give away, so we'll definitely do that. I got some pink UFC hats, too.
Whoa.
And we're not
Yeah,
just
I'll be
limited to
down- I'll be
men.
down
I
here
mean,
this
to women.
weekend, so-
If the
He's
men
got a
want a
bunch
pink
of
hat,
7-Eleven cups.
we'll bring it for sure. So we definitely look forward to that. We'll talk about that
Okay.
soon. So Maria, again, a huge thank you. If you want to check out Maria Rios, I follow her on Facebook. She's always putting a bunch of stuff up there.
Put the
if you
Wonder
wanna
Woman
check it out.
picture up, Robert.
Can you put that Wonder Woman picture?
Maria's
real
our
quick as we get out of here?
guest. Put Wonder
So
Woman
you,
up.
so you could check her out when she was weighing in
For
fighting
Bellator,
for
yeah.
Bellator, which was awesome.
That is
So-
awesome.
And not the pregnant one, the regular
Yeah.
one or whatever. So we definitely look forward to getting you back on over here. Again, Miguel, thanks, man, for hanging out. You know, he didn't really have to. He was about to go home, but we made him stay. And, of course, Aaron Muro and Robert, a million thank yous, bro, for bringing us in and out. We really appreciate it. We're going to have a call right after let's take a little break. Maybe we could show the Lucky Gee commercial as
There it
we
is.
break. And there's Maria right there. Now, what made you decide to put that on?
She's wearing the W. What do you think?
I loved it. I love Wonder Woman.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It is cool.
So you were Wonder Woman like
I
before
love
it was cool with
Marvel.
all the Marvel comics
Yeah.
and movies and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
I geek out, so it's all,
I dig it.
Well, we will definitely hope to see that again if you decide to fight, or if not, in the Jiu-Jitsu gi, Lucky gi, preferably,
Absolutely.
or Conca gi for sure. Definitely have to check that out. So now, can we do that, Robert? Can we just maybe put the Lucky gi commercial on real quick? We could say goodbye to Maria, and then we can come back and we can take a couple of calls.
Yeah, we'll just have one, just go for only. He's on right now, but yeah, we can definitely.
Let's talk to Gokor Jr.
Okay, so you're gonna make Maria walk out by herself in the dark lot. Unfortunately, they haven't
We
paid
have
the bills.
a doorman here.
We haven't paid the bill for the lights outside, so it's completely pitch black.
Our
I
Filipino doorman
noticed.
will take her
I
out.
noticed
So you
when I was
wanna
walking
you
in.
want to hang for a minute?
Yeah,
Or
I
you-
could.
okay. Well, we'll just let her hang for a minute, and then we'll go back. So, real quick for the people listening at home. Now, you guys were calling him Gokor Jr. when we were talking before we went on the air. So
That's the nickname, but he's a badass all on his own.
exactly. So, can you hear us, my friend?
I can. How are you guys?
We're doing good, talking a little bit about the UFC fights and everything. But when I got here today, as soon as I got here, Rob was like, "Oh, you got to talk to Now they call you Gokor Jr. Is that what they call you all the time?
They call me Little Gokor.
Little Gokor.
Gokor. So you actually competed this last weekend, and now that was the one that was at Muscle Farm.
Fight
in
to win.
Burbank? Fight to win.
Correct.
Who did you go up against?
I went against Marco Cruzat from Street Sports, BJJ, and CMMA.
Ah, see.
CMMA. Yep.
So coming from some good training or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, real quick for the people that are listening to us and watching us on Free Admission channel at Full Contact Fanatics, talk a little bit about that because big controversy here. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, the jiu-jitsu's changed. You know, it's not like it was before in the gi and IBJJF. It's taken out the purity of it. But like fights like what he did over this
Fight
weekend
to
are
win's
really
bringing it back.
starting to, bring it up to the forefront. So talk to us a little bit about that and tell us how that match went.
Let me just kind of backtrack and say something about, you know, the whole IBJJF thing.
Go for it.
If I can. So I've competed in jiu-jitsu now probably for going on like 15 years. I started training initially when I was like 4, but I've been competing actively in BJJ since I was probably about like 7 or 8. I'm really anti-IBJJF right now, if that makes sense.
You're not the first person who said that.
You know what? The one thing that I don't understand is the whole advantage system. I think is all rigged and it's all BS. And I'm kind of from the mindset of, you know, once you hit a certain level, purple, brown, black, the limitation of submissions has it kind of to me it's kind of become like point karate, honestly.
Right.
And I'm super against that. Like at my school, if anybody ever comes down to my school, my 12 and 13-year-olds will heel hook you. No joke.
Yeah.
I'm super against that. Now, as far as my match, like this last weekend, honestly, I'm not really happy with my performance. I managed to get like a split decision win, and one thing I'm gonna say about Marco is he was insanely grip strong. Like fighting wrist control with him was a mission. I had him in a DP hook at one point, and he kind of spun out and gave me a couple kicks down low where it shouldn't have gone, and managed to get out of that. And then the rest of the match was kind of me letting him work and trying to find something. He didn't give me anything, but he didn't really do much either. So I really wish the match kind of ended in a different fashion. I'm not one to win by points or win by decision, but
Right.
I guess I'll take it for what it is.
Now, you said you started training when you were how old?
I initially started training when I was 4.
Now, was that with Gokor?
Yes.
Now, for the
Every
people,
belt.
for the people that are listening to us, explain a little bit about Gokor. I had him on years ago, it was 2002 or 2003, and such a difference. I mean, when we had Giovanni Varela on, their type of jiu-jitsu judo is so different. They just say, all we need to know is the rules. Once we know the rules, we can adapt. And so tell
Of
the people
course.
that are listening about that.
So the one thing that I must say is Gokor Chivichian is probably the best or most knowledgeable person as far as grappling I've ever met. Granted, I'm not just saying that because he's my sensei, and he has been for my whole life. I've trained with other people. So I trained with him for about 7-8 years, and then we moved out to Vegas. My family did. And I trained with a couple guys. And when I was about 14, 15, I decided I was going to move back.
Yeah.
But, dude, I've never met anybody that can do any kind of grappling like he can. I mean, he's like a 7th degree of 8. Grandmaster in Sambo. Sixth in jiu-jitsu. I mean, you really don't get much better. So, yeah, I've been fortunate. He has been like a second father to him, and death, and yeah.
Now, were you at Giovanni's when
Yeah,
they had
no, I got
when they had
interviews.
the big
It's-
barbecue and stuff
Yeah,
over there?
it's Greg and
I was.
Brian. He's there. He was actually performing technique with Gokor Chivichian.
Yeah, that was
So it was
that was-
heavy duty
It was a-
techniques too.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. Real quick, for the people that are listening to us, we're speaking to Little Gokor, who just had a big.
That's right. And Barian.
And Barian, who just had a big jiu-jitsu match at the. Explain it again for the people.
Fight to win at the.
At the Muscle
Muscle
Farm
Farm.
Burbank.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, this is what I get all the time, and I'll tell you real quick. Working for King of the Cage, my second time working for him, that's when Rhonda had her first fight. And Gokor, I had known him from the radio show before, and he comes up to me and says, "Hey man, you got to see this girl. This girl can go." And I didn't even know who Rhonda was.
Sure.
Boom, gets that judo toss in, bam, armbar, whatever. Gokor walks up and goes, "See, I tried to tell you." Now, since everything has progressed or whatever, in your opinion, don't you think it would behoove her to come back to her roots, train with Gokor, and that'll bring her right back to the forefront?
Oh my God, I've been saying this for God knows how long.
Yep.
It-
For real.
The one thing that Rhonda for her, and I've trained with Rhonda. Granted, I was much younger when she was on top, or when she was coming up. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah, we got you.
I don't know, my
Yeah, I
screen
see
went
the
black,
little one
but
right
so I was a little kid when Rhonda was coming up throughout her days, and Rhonda was always a freak athlete. Like,
Yeah, Olympic
I've never
athlete.
seen a girl.
Yeah.
I've never seen a girl do what she can do. I remember, for anybody like that's wondering, I used to be super heavy. I used to be 300 pounds plus, and she was like a 150-pound girl. And one time she, I think she gave me an Uchimata or a Haragoshi, and I flew.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
That's that.
she was insane. The problem with Rhonda was, she got too punch happy. She got too happy trying to be something she's not, and
That's right.
that's what ended up, being her downfall.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. That's what I'm. Only because I know who Gokor is. I actually felt the power when we had him on the second time. He brought Manny Gamborian down and a couple of his students, and Sergio said, "Oh, I'd like to have him choke me to see how it feels." When I said, "No, you don't." And just when he was moving the furniture, when he grabbed my wrist,
Yeah.
right. I mean, just to feel the power of that,
Dude.
it is amazing.
I saw little
I
Gokor
think-
performing techniques with him, and
Yeah.
it just looked painful.
Yes.
I mean, he took it like a man. He's been training with him for years. I did not want to be that person. It was amazing, the chokes he was putting on and the heel hook he put on you, and it was just a great performance just for everybody
And
to get
like
to see.
we were saying, to be able to go to Giovanni Varela's and just to be in one of the
Yeah.
seminars with them,
Amazing.
and only paying $5 just to have some barbecue and stuff is you can't put a price on that.
No.
You know what I mean? Because Gokor, what he said on my show, I train a lot of people that don't really want other people to know because
Yeah.
they don't want them to know that I'm training. But he does train quite a bit of people. I always go back to that on YouTube where you put in Gokor when they did the thing
Yeah.
for Voodoo videos, and they just show him with the judo throws and getting in and out of spots and
That's,
stuff
they
like
live
that.
that stuff.
I'm telling
and,
you,
and Greg
it's
lives
amazing.
that stuff too.
Well, Greg, so for yourself, what's next for you? Are you interested in anything like EBI is supposed to be the big thing now, and everything like that? What's next for you?
Did we lose Greg? We lost him. That happens. But Greg, a good guy, and we got an interview with him for Gym Crashers. We should have brought that up tonight, or we can bring it on the
Greg,
next show.
Greg, if you're listening or you still see us, that was Robert.
Yeah.
Okay, please
I
don't
apologize.
choke us out. Choke Robert. Heel hooks, whatever you got, give them to Robert.
But all together, when I saw their performance, I mean, it was amazing. And Gokor, some guys you can see they take it easy on their students and stuff, but you can see the look in their faces. I mean,
That dude
he
just
puts it
does
on.
Not mess around.
I was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to walk after some of that stuff. And it's just training.
And they're
It's heavy duty.
For Maria, who's still with us, when we had Giovanni Varela on, who's a black belt from Gokor, their jiu-jitsu was so different because they would try to shoot in on
It's
his
sambo
Marvin's leg, his
based.
son.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
different.
nice.
And when they shoot
It's
in,
different.
Those are
Yeah.
instead
They're brutal.
Instead of
Sambo
like trying to
fighters
pull
are
his head
brutal.
down or whatever, he would reach around and grab the belt, drop that, and boom, he was just
The leverage is
He
different.
must have threw that
You're-
dude 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Their training is so different. It's,
You know
it's
what?
judo based, and sambo based. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Fernie Flores came in here with Conca,
Uh-huh.
and you'll see video of him. I mean, I'm probably 60 pounds heavier than him.
Yeah.
He picked me up and threw me like nothing,
Yeah.
and I'm flying through the air. I'm
So-
like, oh great, this is not going to end well.
For Greg, hey man, at least we got to talk to you for a little while. We'd definitely like to get you either in the studio.
Yeah,
so
Greg was
we could
great.
talk some judo, some
We're
jiu-jitsu.
coming to Vegas, bro.
stuff
We're
like that.
coming
Is that
to
where he's at?
you. We're going to Vegas.
Okay.
He
We're going
made
to
the
Vegas.
offer. Gym Crashers are coming to Vegas.
We'll be there soon, Greg.
Hello?
I'll be riding
Hello?
with Aaron Muro
There he is.
because
We got him.
we were just talking about what's next for you, because EBI is supposed to be the big, the big no-gi jiu-jitsu thing. What's next for you as far as competing?
I have a thing up I'm hoping for in January right now. On 26th, we have a. I mean, I got a group of like 7 or in the next 2-3 months fighting MMA. So I got my hands full.
Good.
No, all right. We were talking a little bit here with Dondo. So you're based out in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Well, we'll definitely we're planning a big trip out there because the On the Mat warehouse is out there. So we're going to do a live show. Is it possible we can come to your gym? I was talking to Dondo before the one there. He said it would be an honor to come to your
Absolutely.
gym, put the gi on,
Oh,
work a little
man.
bit of technique, and show the people
That'd be
what we're talking
awesome.
about.
That'd be absolutely awesome.
Very cool, man.
Okay, well, we'll definitely be out there. So for the people listening to us, real quick, Greg, why don't you give out that address of your dojo so the people can come and check it out?
5693 South Jones Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada. Freestyle martial arts, or if you look up Team Hayastan or Hayastan MMA Las, that's me.
Team
So-
Hayastan.
Team Hayastan. I love it, man.
HAYASTAN.
That's right.
Well, we're definitely going to check that out. We look forward to coming out there. I mean, we got so much to do out there in Vegas.
Thank
It
you,
would be
Greg,
nice to
yeah.
go out there and go check it out.
Little Gokor's the
So,
man.
well, we'll definitely keep in touch for sure once you get that other competition booked, so we can get everybody in there, get that place packed, and make sure everybody comes and checks you out. All right, my friend?
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much.
You
Thank
got it.
you.
We'll definitely be out there to see you soon, man. I promise.
Sensei Ambarian. Look him up.
Perfect.
All right, you got
All
it.
right.
Thank you, brother.
Peace, guys.
Good, Robert. We still live, or what do we got going on? We're still. Well, as you can see, Maria's still with us, talking to Greg Amburian or whatever. Real quick, before we get out of here, because we're later than late. We're Mexican. They'll throw us out of here. They already shut the lights off because we didn't pay the bill. But that's the big thing right now. EBI, no gi, and everybody's competing and they're making big bucks. And then we have people like Jiva Santana and them sitting and saying, well, you know, the purity with the gi and competing like that, it's taking it away from it. Real quick, give us your thoughts on that. You think it's good that Eddie Bravo's got EBI and the guys are starting to get paid, like Chad George, who's getting the, what's it called? Palm strikes are in there now.
Combat Jiu-Jitsu is the name at the moment.
I think it's awesome because not everybody that, you know, like MMA, yeah, you can make money and stuff like that, but there's so many talented jiu-jitsu fighters that don't they don't make any money. Yeah. I mean, and they're competing in these high-level tournaments at IBJJF and stuff like that, and maybe they have sponsors and people that, like, you know, help them.
But you're not making that much money.
But you're not making money.
Not making a living.
Now they're having stuff like this where these guys. I mean, it's a great show. I mean, have you watched it before?
We have. We watch it quite a bit.
I mean, it's a freaking awesome show, and they're making money. So it's like awesome. Now, like, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. I love training in the gi, but I'm not going to knock that because it's giving these athletes like an opportunity to
Eddie Bravo, Maria Rios right here. Hook her up, bro. Dude, she'll come and she comes to fight to win, whatever. She's coming to fight, so might want to check that out. Well, we definitely look forward to going and checking one of those EBIs out in person, man.
Absolutely.
It's huge. It's just growing by leaps and bounds. So
it's such a cool show.
I agree 100%. Well, again, a million thank yous for coming on, and Aaron, too, for helping us out.
Thank you, Aaron.
We look forward to checking out everybody.
Such a pleasure, Maria.
Next Monday, right here. We'll go till 9:30 again. You don't even have to tell us twice. We don't mess around here.
I don't know what this wee stuff is.
Exactly.
In his pocket?
No, you're staying. The insane asylum doesn't close until or the little bus doesn't pick you up till for another 10 minutes. So
Bring
you'll be
my helmet.
So make sure everybody you're here next Monday right here 8 to 9:30. Full Contact Fanatics. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, everything. Put free admission in your little search engine. You can check out all the stuff that's going on there. Robert, get us out of here. We'll see everybody next Monday right here. Full Contact Fanatics. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.